Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final day of the product challenge. I am so excited that you're here. I am Julia Kelleher, Nikon ambassador and the ringleader of this lovely crowd of people. And today we are in our final week and final day of the 25 days of design and, of course, the 5 days to a perfected product line challenge. So I'm seeing some thumbs up and reactions. Megan is back today. Hello, Megan. Happy Friday. I'm so glad you're here. We are going to talk about ordering and shooting for your samples and your design. Yesterday, we got all into the hierarchy, how to build a product hierarchy in your studio. And today, we're going to get into how do you deal with ordering samples, whether you have a studio space or not. So let me know where you're from. I would love to see some likes, some hearts. And yay, Amy is finally able to join live. Amy is one of my 5CC members. So happy you're here. Hello, Annie. Angela King, happy Friday to you too, my dear. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Lavana. Kathleen, Amity, welcome. I love it when you guys chime in because it makes me have some kind of, that I'm not just talking out to the middle of the world. Aloha, Lucy. You must be from Hawaii from your profile picture. That looks amazing. Kathleen shot her samples yesterday. Brownie points for Kathleen. I love it. Hello, Catherine and Max from Germany. Max is from Los Angeles. Welcome, Debbie. I love it. Pittsburgh, of course, for our good friend Amy. And Megan gave me some good hearts. Thank you, sweetheart. So I do have some good news, okay? I just had an inspection on my new house, and we passed this morning and received temporary certificates of occupancy. Yay! So we get to move in tomorrow to our new house. It's been 25 months since we broke ground, so over 2 years since we started digging up the foundation, and it's a big win for us. I'm very excited. Okay, Amy says she did no sample shooting, but did some food photography today. Fun. Lucy says, I've been in business for 15 years, but learned so much this week from you. Lucy, thank you. That is really sweet to hear. I appreciate that dearly, dearly, dearly. Annie says my kitchen is amazing. Thank you. There is a post of that on my Instagram and a story, so a lot of people have been giving me very sweet comments. I have to admit that stove made me cry. I was very excited. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate it very much for your sweet comments. Yeah. Yo says, so excited. I signed up and so looking forward to meeting you all. I'm assuming you mean 5CC, Yo. I'm so happy. That's awesome. Yeah, we have lots of people who signed up this week and more on the way. It's very exciting. And I can't wait to help you guys take this further, where we go into more about business and product line and acquiring the clients who want this kind of stuff. So let's get started. Dig in deep today. I am going to share my screen and let's go into the final day of Perfect Your Product Line. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's day 5. Download the workbook if you haven't already. Those of you who are here and have been following along, this is already done for you. But the workbook is very helpful because it has action tasks that move you forward every day of the challenge. So you can find it when you sign up for the challenge. And also, my good friend and VA Chelsea has been posting the link here in the comments. So if she's here from Arizona, she'll be happy to do that. We've been giving away a Graphy Studio gift card every day. Today, it's a Go Book. Woohoo! Graphy Studio has generously donated a free Go Book, which is the most beautiful album. I'm going to show it to you guys here. Let me go back to camera so you can see. Oh, I am in love with this thing. It is the Graphy Go Book. It's beautiful because it can sit on a shelf like this and be like an image on a shelf. Like it still serves as like visual wall art as well as, or shelf wall art as well as an actual album. So it has this gorgeous magnetic acrylic cover. Set that down. Oh, thank you, Becky. You're so sweet, so we don't get it scratched. And then inside, I just chose the same soft. It smells like leather. I want to smell it. But you can customize all kinds of things. You can customize the box. You can customize the color of the ribbon. You can customize the fabric on the back and on the spine here. So I just made it very matchy-matchy to the, well, not quite matchy-matchy, but very simple, and worked with the image I had on the front of the album, and it just turned out beautiful. And so I did a 30-page album, and then I always do the birth statistics and the little footprints here on the inside, which is so fun. And I do a full spread on that first image. And then from here, we do a single image per page. So we are giving away one of these today at the end of the broadcast. So you ask, Julia, how am I eligible for this? My husband just came in. Hi, honey. Hi. What you doing? Oh yeah, sorry, I can't go to lunch. I'm on with my students. I would love that though. I'll take a rain check for dinner though. Dinner? Dinner? Can we do dinner instead? He's like, we always do dinner. Typical. Anyway, I'm just giving him grief. I hope you guys give your significant others grief. It's so much more fun. Hey Rob, Amy Pesher says hi. Amy, who was here in July, remember? Oh, yeah, hi. I love him. Anyway, Go Book today. We're going to give it away. I'm sure you're asking, okay, Julia, how do I be eligible for this free Go Book? Well, you have to be present at today's webinar, and then I will have Chelsea, she looks like she's here, so she can post the link to register for the webinar, and that's all you have to do. When you register and sign up for one of the dates for next week, it'll automatically put a tag on you, and then that tag, I'm going to search and generate a random number, and we will give the Go Book away to whoever is here and has registered for next week's webinar. So there you go. Chelsea just put it in, the link to sign up. So Amy's hoping her number gets punched up. I hope it does too. It's very random. I have to do it random. Catherine won the other day, which was awesome. Catherine says, Rob looked a bit jealous when you saw your stove yesterday. Oh, I gave him a big old fat hug. So today is the last day. Go back and catch up if you need to. It's worth it. We started off with identifying yourself just to make sure that your products are really going to speak to your brand. You want the two to be very cohesive. On the second day, we researched labs. On the third day, we detailed our products and kind of brainstormed what we wanted to carry. And then on the fourth day, yesterday, which was probably the toughest day of all, we built that hierarchy of how our products are going to go from little value and lower price all the way up to incredible features, luxury line, and something your clients are really going to want. And Becky and I actually sat here yesterday afternoon and really poured through the Graphy books ourselves to kind of figure out what we wanted to do in terms of a hierarchy for our own businesses. And it was an incredibly valuable exercise. So today, we're going to create branded samples and a catalog of what we're going to produce for our clients. So we're going to design and shoot our samples. Don't just take sessions you already have unless you have a session that is incredibly branded to your colors and the tone and the feeling of what you do, okay? So today, day 5, we're going to ask ourselves, what should we consider when it comes to designing, shooting, and ordering samples? Well, your product samples are an investment that actually makes you money. I want you to really, really get that in your head. Your product samples are an investment that actually make you money. So I have no issue with people spending money on their samples because it will make you money long term. It is an investment, and you will have a high return on that investment because your clients need to be able to see what you're selling. You have to show what you want to sell. You want to make sure that your products are completely branded to your business. Use only a single session in a sample. You'll notice with that Graphy book that I just showed you, that is one session, one baby, all the images from that session, okay, or images pulled from that session. Don't use multiple sessions in a sample. That is one of the kisses of death, and I see a lot of photographers do it, and it's a big mistake. Why? Well, because it doesn't show the client what you want to sell. It shows them your best work, not what their session might look like. So we're going to create a product catalog. We're going to do a sample for budgeting and talk about how to budget for samples and marketing your products out into the world, all right? I truly believe that having physical samples in your studio is more important than your camera. I know you think I'm nuts. Like, what? I'm kidding kind of, but not really. Yes, your camera is important because you can't make samples unless you have your camera, but investing in good samples will make you money, and your clients have to be able to hold, touch, and feel your samples in order to want to buy them. It has a high ROI in your business. What's ROI? ROI is return on investment. Never say no to costs that will make you money. Now, overhead, high rent, like me in my building here, I don't really need it, and I have to pay it whether I have clients or not, right? A cost that will make you money, like a good selling software, samples. Are you kidding me? I will buy that stuff all day long because it makes me money. Like I said, clients have to touch and feel what they will buy. Clients cannot visualize a product from a digital model. They can, kind of, but if you have a physical sample as well as showing the digital model with their images in it, that's a slam dunk and a home run. All right? You must show what you want to sell, and it levels up your brand in a big way when you can actually hand the client the product, whether it be a sample of wall art or a sample of an album or a sample of a boutique item of any kind. Next, you want to brand your displays. Now, what do I mean by branding your displays? Do model calls and shoot those sessions for the look and feel of your brand. So for me, it's going to be a lot of white. It's going to be a lot of light gray, very clean, fresh, modern images, lots of negative space. If I'm doing an outdoor session like the one you see behind me here, it's very light, lots of white, very airy. Okay, so shoot for the product you are designing. Pre-plan the design and shoot for that particular product, just like you would for a client. If you're going to do a pre-consultation with that client and match their session to their home, you're going to match it to the product and make it fit. I want you to do the same thing with your own studio and brand. Style the shoot to your business brand. If you have a rich, elegant feel to your work, style it to that. Make sure your products and samples elicit that feeling, okay? Style the product to work with your studio decor if you have a space. If you don't, it should be to your website and to your collateral, to your, even your vehicle if that's part of your brand. And style the shoot to match your product catalog. Especially if you don't have a studio, you need to produce a beautiful catalog. Think about companies like RH, Pottery Barn, Ballard Designs, all these beautiful home companies. They have catalogs that they send to you in the mail. Now, am I saying that you need to send a product catalog to every client? No, but you should have an electronic one, and you should have a physical copy of it that you can hand clients in a pre-consultation or during the shoot so they can look at it while you're working with their kids, etc. So you want to shoot and style to match what you're going to produce for your product catalog. So you need to be thinking about your brand and shoot images that will work inside that catalog. Make sense? Use single sessions for each product sample. This is number 3, okay? Clients have to see what one session looks like so they can visualize their own shoot in the product. If you have images that are all over the place and some from one shoot and another from another shoot, it's going to feel disjointed and not the way the final product will feel. Using those portfolio images that are different does not actually replicate what the product will be for that particular client. When you use one shoot, it gives confidence to the client in the product because they see their own shoot, that's up on your screen or whatever, or in the proofs that you're providing, and then they see the product with one shoot in it, and they can relate the two together. Remember, clients can't visualize this stuff in their head. You are a photographer, you can see it. You have what I call visual literacy. So in order for that to translate to the client, you have to show them a product that has one shoot in it, one session. And remember, a confident client is one who takes risks on a more expensive product. So create yourself a product catalog. I have one that has my price list in it, and then the investment guide itself, which is a nice thick album, again, to help tempt the client towards albums. That nice thick book has all my products photographed in it, nice and beautiful. And it makes my client tempted to want to go into a beautiful, more risky product. So a product catalog is especially important for on-location studios. It's really tough for you, but clients need to be able to read and study. So if you don't have a studio, print smaller samples that are portable. So not only print a copy of your product catalog, but also print copies of your samples, your products. And if it means just doing small 8x8 versions of your wall art to take with you, do it. The client needs to touch and feel and see what it's like. And then, of course, like I said, bring your product catalog with you to the consultation. So now let's talk money. I know that samples can be incredibly expensive, especially when you're talking large, beautiful portraits. This one here I'm so proud of is my little boy, and it is huge. You can see it comes up to my waist. It's at least 3 feet tall, more like 48 inches around the outside. So you have to set aside money to be able to afford these samples. So I suggest setting aside 10% of every sale that you have in your studio. And if you don't have it now, then set it aside from your corporate job and live like you don't have your corporate job so you can get this capital to make these kinds of improvements in your studio. If it means foregoing props and other overhead expenses, do it. I strongly believe that having quality samples in your business is more important than having a studio. It's more important than your camera. It's more important than Photoshop. People have to be able to touch and feel, especially if you expect them to spend the kind of money that we want them to spend, 4 and 5 figure sales. They aren't going to do that without having an idea of what it's like. Would you go out and spend a bunch of money on a car without driving it first, without being able to sit it and go, oh yeah, this feels pretty good. I like it. Ooh, this feels nice. You have to be able to touch and feel to really get an idea of whether or not it's going to work for you and your lifestyle. Buy samples before gear. Don't upgrade your camera body. Buy samples for your studio. That's what's going to make you the money in order to be able to afford that new lens or that new camera. It's up to you to make it a priority. And this is what we talk about in 5cc all the time, is really setting up your priorities so that your business goes on the fastest possible upward trajectory rather than satisfying that instant gratification need. And while going out and buying a lens is, it's a heck of a lot of good fun. But if you're not in a position to do it and you need other things first, you need to prioritize that. And in a mastermind like 5cc, we're going to help you do that and hold you accountable to that. And when you finally do it, and then you can buy that new gear or lens because you've made all the money with your samples, you're going to be so proud of yourself. Your peers will be, I will be, and you'll have more confidence knowing that what you're doing is working and your business is growing 10 times faster than it would have because you're making the right investments at the right time that pay you back in spades. So the key is to create an annual sample fund so you can update and replace displays. I have this fund in my own business. As a matter of fact, the reason I haven't replaced a lot of displays is pure procrastination and laziness. So I have the problem of accountability too, but I need to go through. My sign on my front door has been sitting there for 4 years. It's kind of faded. I need to redo it. And I've just been putting it off because honestly, I'm a little lazy. But once you start doing this work and you get your samples all branded and beautiful, then you look at the other stuff in your space and you're like, oh God, that's embarrassing. I really need to change that. And it lights that fire under you to make you want to make everything look beautiful and branded and cohesive. And the pride that comes with that, the confidence is so amazing. You feel legit and you feel professional and you feel confident presenting the stuff to your clients. So let's talk about the last thing, marketing your samples and displays. You need to photograph your samples. As you notice, my samples are photographed left and right. Anytime I get a new album or anything that's even for a client, if it's branded and has a cover that's light or fresh or airy or works with my brand, I am photographing it. Okay, so be cognizant of that and use this type of work for your social media to promote yourself in the emails. And it works to do things like lay flats or an environmental shot. You saw me sitting in front of my wall display. That is your classic environmental portrait, and it defines who I am, what I do, and it showcases my products. Same thing with lay flats. The simple album you saw on the previous screen here. That is a simple product shot, and it does not have to be complicated or overly lit. One light is how I shoot most of my products, okay? And then lay flats. So shooting from above where you put your products down artfully with beautiful composition adding maybe a flower or something that really suits your brand, a candle, a piece of wood, anything like that that really speaks to who you are and the textures and the visual components of your brand. Taking that shot and showing that in part of your social media is a beautiful way to market your products. Again, keep the images branded and styled to the look of your studio. So, this is why that brand board is so important. This was one of the first exercises we did in the 25 days of design, and that was build a brand board. And I had you do it on the first day of this 5 days of perfected product line challenge. Revisit your brand and mood boards every time you go to take a lay flat, every time you go to order a sample, and ask yourself, does this suit my brand? And a lot of people say to me, well, Julia, if I have all my albums and everything white and fresh and light like your brand is, isn't that going to kind of turn people off because they're going to want variety or they may not want a white album? No, because clients understand subconsciously that they can have what they want in terms of how the product will look. Plus, remember, I am educating and communicating with my client that I am designing this custom for them and their look and their home. Well, when they see that all my samples are branded and styled and designed to my home, that gives them confidence that I'm going to be able to do the same thing for their home. So don't be discouraged or doubt that your samples all look the same or look similar. They need to. They have to look cohesive so that you build that confidence what your brand is about. Your identity is strong. That is going to attract the client it's meant to attract. The woman who's like, oh, this is me. I love this look. I love what she does. Okay? You know, right now I'm kind of against the grain. I am all about light, fresh, airy, white, high key. You know, this is me. It's ethereal. It's commercial looking. And there's a huge, huge segment of moms and kind of hobbyist beginning photographers out there who are into this, and not necessarily all hobbyists, there's a lot of pros too, and who are very good, who have more of this dark, moody look to their work, very backlit. The blacks are almost underexposed. It has a very dramatic, like wind blowing in the hair across the face, you know, and they're stunning images, beautiful, very drama, very moody, very emotional images. And that's just not me. Like, I look at that, I'm like, it's beautiful, but I would never want my family photographed like that. I'm all about joy and happiness and love. And that's part of my personality. I'm kind of a crazy, happy person. And so that's what I want my work to put off. But at the same time, it's got to be timeless and elegant and clean and fresh, and they'll never go out of style. But I also want it to have kind of a modern commercial feel to it. So I am going to brand my products to be that so that the woman who loves what I do and feels the same way as me is going to be attracted to what I do. I have a question on my questionnaire that asks people to answer if they could shop for furniture anywhere on an unlimited budget, where would they go? Most of my clients answer things like RH, Pottery Barn, CB2, All Modern. Like, they answer in these light, fresh, airy brands. Joanna Gaines, Magnolia Market, stuff like that. And that is me. Totally. And I'm like, okay, this is totally my client because she gets it. She gets me. Okay. Yeah. Becky goes, she goes, that's my favorite question you have on there. It really does work. And it gives you an immediate sense of who that client is and what they do. We had a model in this morning, a little baby. And she said, you know, most of my models usually can't afford me, and that's okay. They're here to help me, and we give them the images for free. And I asked her that question. She said, oh, I would probably go to, you know, Cost Plus World Market, which is, you know, middle to low end. And, but it still has a very, World Market has a very distinct brand, right? It's kind of a little boho. It's world culture. You know, it's kind of got an Asian flair to it a little bit at times. So it's just got that bohemian casual look. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she loves my work, but she's not really my true ideal client. So I said to Becky, we should probably shoot this a little bit differently. And Becky styled the session beautifully. All of those images would go gorgeous in a Cost Plus World Market home. Okay. So be thinking about that and just please stick to your brand, revisit those brand boards. You will not regret it. And you'll feel so much more confident in what you're doing. And it will help you get ingrained in your head that you're designing for your client's space. If you design for your own space, you'll translate that to your clients as well. So Use these marketing images for your social media, your product catalog, your website, your emails. I cannot tell you what it's done for my business to just put pictures of products on my website. And you know how many students I have whose website has nothing like that? They don't show their products at all. And I'm sitting here go, well, of course they want to know what the digitals are because you haven't shown them any other alternative. Okay. So you have to show what you want to sell. All of this needs to be marketed, photographed, and put into your website and your marketing materials and anything and everything online and printed. So that takes us to another topic, and that is the digital dilemma. To sell or not to sell. I offer digital files. I always have, and I probably always will. I am what I call a hybrid studio. I sell both art and files. I want to please my client. It makes it much easier for me to acquire clients because I offer them something they think they know and want. But I also introduce them to something they were never sure of, a printed product. That grows their confidence in me as a business. It gives them what they want, but also allows me to do what I want. I literally say to them, why hire me if the images are going to stay on a hard drive and collect digital dust? There is no point in spending the money on me unless you're actually going to do something with the images and celebrate with a tangible piece of art. Now, files pad my cost of goods so that my overall create your own collection sale is more profitable, averaging between 10 and 15% cost of goods. Offering the files makes it easier to book clients since this is a product they think they want. It lowers the barrier to entry. Do you see what I'm saying? They have fewer objections to booking me because I'm giving them what they want or selling them what they want. My clients leave the ordering appointment with all files, a downloadable product. This makes it unlikely they'll change an order or back out after the fact thanks to my tight policies. And we talked about this yesterday. There's a big discussion about this inside the live we did for 5 days of Perfected Product Line on Thursday. So check out day 4 if you want to hear more particularly about that and my policy there. Finally, I make it easy for my clients to order gift prints on their own. I set prices and guide them to a proper printmaker. I use Shootproof, and so my online process of providing images to the client after they've paid for them, after they've done their IIPS appointment, after they've ordered their tangible product, then they can access the images online, downloads from there, and order through Miller's Lab, which fulfills through Shootproof. So this makes my production easier as I don't have to deal with the small orders. I'm simply dealing with their large tangible piece. I provide them the digital files and off they go. And I'm happy because my workflow is reduced, yet I'm still making the same amount of money and my clients are happy. Interesting, I guess we should say food for thought, right? So let's talk about this. Post your progress and questions on the workbook. I do want you to do the final pages of the workbook where it's not really an assignment. It's more about reading. So that what we're talking about today is all listed there in the notes. So you can read through this stuff again and refer to it when you need to. And don't forget our free mini fast class. It's next week on 2 different days. Pivot and profit. Moving on and moving up in 2021, because let me tell you, 2020 it's a great year, but it's also a year I am happy to put behind me. So you can sign up for the free mini class in the Facebook group. Chelsea will throw in the link there for you guys to register and join in. And you probably want to register like right now, because if you do register, you're eligible for the Graphic Studio Go book that we're going to give away at the end of this live lesson. So I would love to see you there. And of course, don't forget 5cc is now open. It literally closes in a few days. So if you want to get in, now is the time. This is the first time I have done a major open in 1 year. On November 1st, 5cc turned 1 year old. And this is the first time we have opened since then. I focus so much of my time inside with the members. It's really hard for me to do a launch all the time. So I'm pretty much launching once a year at this point. I can't say that that's going to stay the fact, but I also know the price will not be the same either. So you lock in your rate when you join. If you decide to leave or you decide to wait, then the rate will most definitely go up. But we have all kinds of weekly meetings. There's been such beautiful feedback with my students in the Facebook group about 5cc. I literally was in tears hearing you guys talk about it. I I just can't thank you enough. I have poured my heart and soul into this, and I love it so, so much. I'm so passionate about helping you guys with business. And there's so many ways to run a business. Whether you are an all digital model or a product based model, it doesn't matter. You are welcome in 5CC because hearing different perspectives is what gives us ideas for moving creatively forward and problem solving in our own businesses. And to me, that's where the value lies. It's all that ideation, all that confidence, all that accountability, all that pushing to grow, and step by step, slow, steady changes make you powerful by the end of the year. And to hear all the students say all the changes that they've made in the last year alone from 5CC was so incredibly rewarding. And 5CC is literally only $39 a month. So read the pages 39 through the end, design and order your samples, keep them branded, register for the mini class. I can't wait to talk to you more next week. We're going to be discussing how to take this product line and price it better. We're also going to talk about how the market is changing in terms of the pandemic, COVID, this election. Everything is changing for next year in terms of how we sell and market to clients. And I'm changing things up in the way I do it. And I want to have an incredible discussion and analyze what works and what doesn't and how we need to shift at the same time. Okay, I'm going to go through so don't forget to register. Thank you, Chelsea, for putting those in. We have lots of questions. I'm going to go ahead and run through some stuff. And let's see, make sure I don't miss anything. Let's see. Hello, Fernanda from Rio. I love hearing where everybody's from. I'm still amazed by technology. It's just Annie says my kitchen is amazing. Thank you, Annie. I think so too. I'm so excited. I get to cook in it tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah. Catherine was waiting for good news about my move. Thank you, Catherine. It's been a point of stress for me the last few months, as all my 5CC members know. We don't just share business. We share personal stuff too sometimes. Amy's like, honk that horn. Yay. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just reading through comments. I've learned so much this week. I'm so glad, Karina. Amity says she's so far behind, but I'm still doing the work on my mood board, but I'm doing the work. Amity, it does not matter, sweetheart. And that is one of the big things we talk about in 5CC. Your pace is your pace. I would rather you make forward progression slowly than quit. That's the biggest thing. And I can't tell you, I mean, poor Amy has mentored with me here in July. She was here, and she's been a member of 5CC since the beginning. And poor Amy was even talking about how behind she is and how slow things are going, and she was freaking out. But yet, she kept at it day after day, project after project. And there were some days when she couldn't even move, and she was like, I can't do it, because she's trying to raise 2 kids and her corporate job as well, which she's not really excited about, that she's dying to leave. And so there were times when Amy was really unmotivated and didn't want to do anything. And we're like, Amy, take a day off. You can come back. And then she came back, and little by little, and she just wrote down all the things that she's learned this year and all the ways she's grown. And oh my God, looking back, even though sometimes she just made small steps, she made huge strides when she looked backwards. Hindsight is 2020, and it's so confidence building to turn around and go, wow, I've really done a lot this year. Stop being so hard on yourself, Julia, Amy, right? So, Amity, don't worry. Go at your own pace. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to others. You have to move at your own pace and only look backwards when you want to, and you'll see that amazing things have happened. Candace said, I'm looking forward to this part of the challenge. Design is where I struggle with the most. Woohoo! The workbook. Thank you, Graphy. Yes. Becky, Amy says she misses you. Can't wait to hear about your trip. I'm so excited to talk to her. She said she's excited. She needs to talk to you. Okay. And you guys became friends through 5CC, right? Yeah. Did you know each other before that?
We met at WPPI, but I mean, we met each other in the group and then saw each other at WPPI.
Yes. Yes. So they met in the group, then saw each other at the WPPI product workshop that we did, and then they've become good friends since. So see?
A bunch of great friends out of that.
Yes, you have. And we all have. Okay, let's see here. We're at the Rob. I went way too far back here. Let's see. Angela says, so true. People won't buy unless they see, touch, and feel. It's true. Jamie asks, should we use the same session throughout all samples so clients can really, yes. And I think she asked this before I said it, But exactly, Jamie, you are thinking way ahead of me on the keynotes. Such a good point. And yes, reiterate that over and over and over again. Amy said, I've definitely sold my memory box because it was sitting here and people could look through it. Exactly. People love to touch and feel. And honestly, when we were touching and feeling those graphy books, we were like, oh, this is really nice. We were struggling because it was so nice. Annie says, yes, I have a home studio and a large canvas throughout. Clients see them and need them too. It's so true. The temptation. I always liken it to like, I love to shop, and one of my favorite stores is Sephora. Okay, I'm a total girly girl. I love Sephora, and particularly the perfume section. I don't know why, but I just love Joe Malone perfume and like the way you can mix the different scents and like call me crazy. But anyway, I love to walk into Sephora and just look at everything because it's all merchandised so beautifully, and it's just oh, it's like a girl heaven and it smells so good in there. And like the store just makes me happy and I literally want to buy everything in it because it allows me to get creative with my makeup and do fun things. Do I ever get creative? No. I do the same thing all the time. But still I love going in Sephora. It's fabulous and I always spend at least $100 when I go in there. Kathleen says the brand board was quite a rabbit hole for me. Hours later, and I still haven't found the right images to put on it. Kathleen, give yourself some slack. It can be a little hectic to do that, but don't overthink it. Literally, just try different mood boards. Make multiple if you need to. You'll begin to see what sticks. Another recommendation I have for you is slow down. So put it away for a week, maybe even two. Then when you come back to it, you'll look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's me, or no, I need to take that one out. It will come. So let it marinate in your head for a little while before you fully commit, and I promise it'll become a lot clearer. Okay. Let's see. You guys can't figure out your brands. Oh, yes, Max, you need to be in Market Like You Mean It then, looking at the second module or third module so you can get your brand in order. I'm going to post and chase you down in 5cc and make you do that, girlfriend. It'll help you there so much. Okay, Jamie said that my brand board made me realize that I needed a new logo. I can totally relate. Catherine said putting products on my website has been on my list since February. Ah, okay, Catherine, I'm gonna bust your butt in 5cc too because I know you're a member as well. So yeah, you have a deadline. I want them all designed by the end of November. Gotcha? I know it's Thanksgiving. I don't care. You have 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get your beauty together. No, 3 weeks to get your beauty together and at least design them. And then I want them ordered in December and on your walls and displayed in your business by January. Got it? Your butt's going to get kicked. Would you mind writing these folks down so I don't forget? Catherine Newman, Max. Yes, please. Just write them in my bujo so that people know that they have to get their stuff done. Catherine needs to get her products on her website and samples. She might have samples already, but she needs to get them on her website by the end of November and in her studio and ready to go by January 1. And then Max needs to do module 3 of Market Like You Mean It, discovering her brand. So does Jamie, actually. Jamie, you need to do that too. Some exploration there. I'm getting after you guys. Let's see here. Danielle says, how many images do you edit and offer them? So I have two types of sessions. I have what's called just a gem session, which is a single subject session. And that I promise them 20, or 15 to 20, I usually show 30. So I under promise and over deliver. And it also makes it harder for them to turn down an album because they can't say no to all the images. My platinum session, which is more than one subject and typically my newborn, those sessions are, I promise 30 to 40, and I usually provide about 50, 55 with black and whites. And black and whites are typically duplicates. Does that make sense? Okay. Do you upsell the prints on Shootproof? Megan asks. Yes, just slightly, just enough to cover my costs. It gives me enough. I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to make a ton of money off these images, and I want them to print well. I don't want them to look at the prices and go like, oh my gosh, Costco is so much cheaper. We're just going to Costco. I want them to have a reason to stay there. And yes, it's slightly more than Consumer Labs, but I promise them the quality and that it's a professional lab. They're going to read the color data in the files. It's going to, my lighting in studio is way different than most outdoor shots. They're actually trained to do this and read the color data that's in the files. And so it's a little bit more expensive, but I truly want my work printed correctly. And so I strongly encourage them and educate them on why they should print through Shootproof. Great question, Megan. Let's see. Everyone was trying to answer for me. So Robin asks, so when you get new samples, do you have to make new catalogs and all new collateral that you've had samples and prices on? Yep. Really good question. And that's why I like to brand all my samples. So if I just have the following year a dirty sample that I need to replace, I don't have to change all my collateral with new images. I can just order the new sample and maybe it'll have different images, but it'll still be, or a different session, but it'll still be branded to what I do and my business. And then I don't have to completely revamp my entire product catalog. So my product catalog that is right here, this is my product catalog. I've had this in the studio for 2 or 3 years now, and I'm going to revamp this literally next month and print it. So I'll have a new one for January 2021. And so, yeah, I've had this around for 2 to 3 years. So, replacing this every few years, it gets thrashed. I mean, it's been looked at so many, times, but I just do the sample, sample not for resale. And that works out great. And I only have to do it every few years. Okay. Let's see. Debbie Sparks asks, do you charge extra pricing on shoot proof millers? I think I answered that one, so I'll go ahead and let it go. Jason, bye-bye 2020. Yes. Jason Group is an amazing man. He what used to be in charge of all of WPPI. He was basically the convention director. And he went on and moved on and is back to shooting his own work. And he's just a good friend and a really nice guy. A really nice guy. All right. Yes, sweetheart. Chelsea goes, 5cc is now open. Go to 5ccollective.com. We would love to see you in there. Wine night. It's going to happen. Yes. Do I have a date set up on for wine night in November yet? I don't because it's usually on Thursday, but because we have Thanksgiving, I'm not. She goes, you're not doing anything next week. No, I'm not. I'm moving. We'll probably do wine night the week after Thanksgiving this year because we usually do it on a Thursday night and wine night. We do wine night on Thursday night and it's Thanksgiving. So she goes, we'll probably book one and you just won't come. No, I don't want to miss wine night. Are you kidding? I love wine night. She goes, you can come, but you have to move first. You're right. I do. Amy, you're so sweet. She says, walk, don't run, people. My business has changed so much since joining. I love you, Amy. You're so sweet. April, you're a doll. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being you. Terry, I love you, girl. You're the best. Terry is a longtime student of mine. She joined Market Like You Mean It. She was one of the first people to do the mastery program in Market Like You Mean It. She is a lifetime member of 5cc, and her business has exploded. She's just done amazing things, and her work has grown so much. And I'm just so tickled that I got to be a small part of it. It was very cool. Viviana, 5cc is amazing. Feel free to PM me if you would like more information. Go for it. I love that. Thank you, Viviana. That's amazing. And don't hold back. Say it all. Catherine says you still need to look into your email at 5cc for more feedback about 5cc waiting for you. You're so cute, Catherine. I love you. Candace, oh my God, you guys are amazing. Look at this. I love all these comments. This is so cool. Kay says she joined today. So excited. I'm so glad, Kay. I can't wait to meet you at the meet and greet meeting next week. Okay. I am doing that meeting. I might not be doing a lot before then, but yes. And Amy says we can't wait to meet you inside, Kay. That's going to be so fun. Jennifer just joined this morning. Yay. I love that. Oh my God. We're going to have so much fun meeting all you new people. Christina says, can you do a segment about shooting products? Christina, we already have one inside 5cc. We do. And yes, I will plan on doing that again. As a matter of fact, on Monday, we have inside the 5cc, we're doing the product challenge a little deeper, more in depth. And we're doing a lot of feedback, and I'm helping people with their product lines. And then on Monday, we had our first meeting this last week on Tuesday. We have another one. Is it Monday or is it the following? I forget. Anyway, I think it's next week. We have our final discussion about that. And then, yes, we will be working on shooting our products inside. And yes, Amy says, I think she did a video on lay flats and touched on how to do her product photos as well. We did do in the 25 days of design a brief topic about shooting products, so you can see some of it for free here in the Facebook group. Becky says for all you 5cc members, it's Monday. I forget. The times have the what? Meet and greet is on the 18th. Yes. Okay. Catherine says sometimes you move faster, and sometimes you just need to let things sit and marinate, and then pick up where you stopped and then you'll be able to go forward with big steps again. It's so true. Making progress in business is an ebb and flow. And sometimes you'll take a step backwards and then three forward, then one backwards. And sometimes you'll just stop for a little bit and then take a huge leap ahead. You have to be okay with that roller coaster process. And once you're okay with that, you recognize that needing to step back for a minute is a chance for your brain to really focus on these things, and you end up leaping ahead. That's why with Kathleen, I'm saying set your brand board aside for a week or two, because when you come back to it, you'll have fresh eyes, you'll feel so much better, and you'll be more confident in your decisions moving forward. Allison, anyone in 5cc from the UK? Yes. Goalriz is in UK. John DeVilla's from the UK. Who else do we have from the UK? We have a couple others. There's a couple. Catherine Newman's from Germany, but everybody speaks English because I don't speak any other. They are really from Australia, New Zealand, lots of Canadians. We have tons of Canadians. Yeah, Amy says we're all in different places in 5C. It's so amazing how you can learn from others no matter what stage. It really is true. And no matter what country, because some people do things a little differently in different countries. And then I say to myself, oh, that's really cool what Catherine's doing in Germany. I should try something like that here, which is different and no one in the US is doing that kind of thing. All right, let's see. Chelsea's so cute. I love her. Amy says, we need a 5cc shopping day, going into different stores and seeing how they market their products. Yes, we do. And I did that in Vegas to the really high-end mall, and it was fascinating to discover that Tiffany's wasn't necessarily a high-end jewelry brand, but Van Cleef and Arpels definitely is. Julia Smackdown, they're coming. They're coming in 5cc. You know it. Amy's laughing at you. Or Allison is laughing at Amy. Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Amity says, I've been a member of 5cc since the beginning. I was going along so well until January when my dog passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry. Then COVID, then my parents' dog passed, then my maternal grandpa passed. I remember all this. Yes. And just a few weeks ago, my paternal oh, honey. On top of that, I have 3 kids and 2 crazy hybrid school schedule. Life has been crazy, and I feel like I have to start all over. I'll get there. It just takes more time now. Love 5cc. Oh, Amity, I had no idea it was so much. I remember some of this, but sweetie, if you need help, you post it. We will help you. We will gather around and make sure it all happens, okay? Slow progress. Slow progress. April says, tough love. I love it. We all need accountability, and that's what 5cc is. I sell a package of gift prints on most sessions, and that is a great product to sell. And it's nice because it's a larger ticket in terms of price product, but it is a lot of little products to produce. And that's kind of like the gift prints used to drive me nuts because it was so many little prints that I had to retouch and super heavy. And it was just, anyway. Karina asks, what time is wine night? We typically start at 4 p.m. Pacific. And, okay, she asked what time. Becky, she asked, what time is wine night? It starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. But let me just tell you, we have seen the sun set in Oregon and rise in London at the same time. Because we are on so late, okay? Or wait, yes, we've seen the sun rise in Oregon, sunset here, and then rise in UK. Yes, John stays on with us like all night because for him it's the middle of the night, and Beth might have seen the sunrise. Yes, because they do. I mean, Angie and Beth have stayed on all night at times. I know Angie has seen the sunrise and where's Angie again? Ohio? Wisconsin. That's right. So Angie's in Wisconsin, and she's seen the sunrise. That's how late. I'll get an email notification from Zoom that says a meeting has been running on your account for more than 8 hours. It's pretty funny. So yeah, Karina, sometimes it's a little crazy, but you just go in and out. It's a total social night. It's nothing that sometimes we talk business and sometimes we just talk about our kids. We just have a good time. Max, thank you for helping me, Julia. You're the best. You're welcome, sweetheart. Sue, how can we go back and watch Market Like You Mean It? It is inside the 5cc. So if you join 5cc, you have access to all of my core classes. Market Like You Mean It, and now our newest one, Sell Like You Mean It, which is basically an amped up version and more in-depth version of my Creative Live pricing and sales course. It's different. It's all new. The Creative Live course is 6 years old, and this is all revamped. It's been our core content for this year. So Marley says she joined yesterday. So excited. Yay! Lorraine, is MOIMI part of 5CC? Do I purchase these separately? No, it is part of your monthly membership and there for you to always watch as long as you are a member of 5CC. Also, is it appropriate to join 5CC if I'm just in the process of establishing a photography business? I think it is. Here's the caveat. It is more advanced people. We do have a lot of beginners, but the beginners who are there are very dedicated, very motivated to do the work, and are very accepting of feedback and open to what people who are more advanced than them are saying. So I think if you have that attitude, you're going to be just fine, Sue, inside 5CC. It'll actually probably accelerate you really quickly. It may be a little overwhelming at times, but if you just take it slow, step by step, everybody's moving at their own pace. There's people who have been in business 15, 20 years, even 30 years in there, and there's people who have been in business for a year or less. Okay? Hope that answers your question. Guys, Julia is always in the group helping us, so if you're liking this, join. Yay! John is on right now. He goes, usually it's midnight, Greenwich Mean Time. I love you, John. You're so rad. How's your hand, buddy? Is it better? John sliced his hand, and he was trying to do a newborn shoot, which he accomplished very well, I would say, with one hand. And so, yeah, I hope your hand's getting better, buddy. Okay, Lorena, are the past sessions recorded so we can see them once we join the 5CC? Yes, I record almost everything. The only thing we don't record is wine night. What happens in wine night stays in wine night. Yes. Oh, Catherine says she needs more people from Germany. She's lonely. From Belgium? I don't know. Do we have a Belgian person? I don't know. Claire's from the UK too. Yay, that's right. Claire is from the 5CC. How long will we be able to sign up for 5CC? It's open for one more week only. That is it. I have to get back to teaching folks and paying attention to my crew, so I just can't open all the time because it's too hard to onboard people while at the same time teaching. Tanya, I'm originally from Germany and go back every year. We should get together sometime. I love that. Yes, Catherine and Tanya, you guys need to hook up. Tanya's new. Nice. I love that. Candace, I love hearing how others do things in their areas and how I could incorporate them here. You guys are so sweet. You just are conversing. I think this is great. Lucy, oh my, I think you've converted me. I have to join 5CC now. So excited. I'm glad. Yes. Well, and you can cancel at any time. So just if you hate it, back out. That's how it works. But you won't. You won't hate it. So I know everyone's like, yeah, no, you won't hate it. Jennifer, yes, she's from Germany too. Awesome. I'm finally getting to the end of the comments. And okay, Lorraine asked, good idea. What quantities and how do you price them? Are you talking about the gift print package that someone was suggesting earlier? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Lorraine. Claire says, Julia, I think I broke something. It won't let me join as it says I'm already. Yes, Claire. Sometimes that is a Mighty Networks technical issue. I think Beth will be able to help you with that. Kelly had that issue earlier this week. So yes, we can help you. Just be patient with me as I try to move in and I'll try to help you today, but with Becky here, I think you have to, Beth knows the answer to this. And is she here? She's on the other line, isn't she? Yeah, Beth is on a conference call with her corporate job right now. But I will ask Claire, will you send me a quick email, info@jewel-images.com, and I'll see if I can have Beth help you out with that today so you can get in before the weekend. Sound good? Okay, yay. All right. Amy, Julia, remind people they can win awards in 5CC. My 5CC crew is so funny. They laugh at me because they say I don't toot my horn enough. I think it's hilarious because I'm not really a horn tooter. So they do it for me. But then they say things like this, Julia, remind people of what they can get inside 5CC. Amy, you're so cute. She's always pushing me as well as me pushing her. Yes, we have the Diamond Awards inside of 5CC. So I do have our Diamond here. You win twice a year. We issue the Diamond Awards. Ooh, fancy, with it engraved on the front. And we have a Inspirational Community Member Award and a Business Achievement Award. So the minute you get yourself a retail studio or you break the 6-figure mark for the first time, this is, and any other business success you have, you can be nominated and win the Diamond Award, which is a lot of fun. So, right. Okay. What time of day are the 5CC Zoom meetings, Lorraine asks. They vary, but for the most part, I try to reserve Monday and Wednesday mornings, Pacific time, for most of my meetings. However, they do sometimes are on Tuesday or Thursday afternoons, depending on my schedule. We always record the ones that are specifically around content so that you guys can rewatch everything. Because I know not everybody can make the live meetings. I do try to adjust it so that different people can make it happen. And I like to keep the meetings small. And so far, we've kept them small throughout the year, but as 5cc grows, I do recognize that I'm going to have to repeat meetings so that we don't get the groups too big, because I want everybody to be able to talk to one another and talk to me and ask questions. Like, because you guys are just in the chat right now. When you're in a meeting in 5cc, everybody's video is up and we can talk to each other. Like, it's so much better because you get to see people, you really get to know people. It's amazing that you can do that through Zoom, but you can. Obviously it's not the same as being an in-person workshop, but I've really tried to make 5cc as close to in-person connection as much as possible. Okay. All right. Dania asks, how is 5cc different from other photography platforms? I am part of the Sue Bryce education at the moment and in the middle of building my folio. Not sure if I should take a break from SBE and try 5cc. This is an incredible question. Well, first of all, 5cc is 90% business focused. It holds you accountable for doing the work. That is one of my big things. I'm not sure if Sue Bryce Education does that, but I, as well as the other members, hold you accountable for it. The connections and friendships and the ability to connect with people in the live meetings is an invaluable resource. So many back end conversations occur behind the scenes, Zoom meetings that people do themselves with friends they've made, peer review. Sue Bryce is an incredible educator and she's amazing, but you don't really have the ability to talk to her one-on-one like you do me inside of 5cc. Her group is so much bigger and that's amazing, but it makes that connection with your educator harder. I really am not about, set it and forget it. That is one thing that has changed a lot in my education business in the last 3 years. I do not give you the education and then abandon you. That is not that I'm saying that Sue Bryce does that, but you get a lot of hand holding and a lot of care. And I've been known to pick up Zoom and call my students when I know they're having issues and they need one-on-one time and they need help. It doesn't happen all the time, but I do that. And I just feel like it's necessary. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you just need somebody to call you and say, hey, it's going to be okay. And here's some steps you can take and let's troubleshoot through this. Jamie and I did that with her mini sessions campaign in September. She was struggling and we met multiple times to try to figure out what's happening in her market and how can we book her minis when they were not booking last year. What can we do to tweak things? And, sometimes I don't have all the answers and I can't promise you that I am, but I will be there. That's I guess the biggest thing. What'd you say, Becky? No one is alone. No one is alone. And I think that's where my struggle has been in business is in the beginning, I was really affected by solopreneur syndrome. I was on my own and I had my sister, but she was far away and it sucked trying to figure all this stuff out on my own. It was lonely and scary. And I think there's fear anytime we run a business and having people there for you, including myself, who can get you through those fearful moments and give you confidence and make you go, okay, get your head on straight, shake you up a little bit. Come on, let's get our attitude changed. Somebody who can be behind you and say, snap out of it and help you with your personality and the way you operate, get to a different place. That is so valuable to me. And honestly, in the beginning, when I first started 5cc, I thought I was going to have to do all that work all the time with everyone. And the beautiful thing is for some reason, 5cc has attracted people who really want to work hard and who really want to help others. There is no snarkiness. There is no drama in 5cc. As a matter of fact, if anybody shows any drama, you're out of there. I don't tolerate it. There is no billing. There is no drama. There is no competitive, I just won't do it. If you have a competitor in 5cc, you buck up and you deal with it. And we have a lot of students in 5cc, no, not a lot, maybe a handful, who have a competitor in their market in the membership. And the point is my opinion is real queens fix each other's crowns. And you can be different and stand out and have respect for your competitor and still make an incredible living doing what you love. I have my own competitors in my own membership. There are people in my area who are in 5cc and I am teaching them everything I know, and I am perfectly fine with that. And so there, it's just a different attitude. It's more intimate, if that makes sense. I know I'm answering a long answer to your very short question, but um, it's basic. It's just more intimate. There's more accountability. It's step by step. It's very actionable. It's we make sure you make progress, and we hold your hand, but not. I mean, if you're not going to do the work, I'm not going to force you. I can't. But at the same time, there's so many people in there who are motivating you to do the work that it's hard not to, if that makes sense. You're embarrassed. Yeah, Becky goes, you're embarrassed if you don't do the work. Well, I don't like to embarrass people, but you do. It's kind of a natural thing. Right? Amy's one of my biggest cheerleaders. I love it. Do we constantly, Amy goes, we constantly tell Julia she needs to charge more for 5cc. So get it at the good price. The only reason I'm keeping it where it is because of COVID. Yes, yeah, and Amy has answered for me. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Kathleen says, I've been in SBE for 5 years. 5cc is totally different, more face-to-face and hands-on. And yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the biggest thing. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to scroll down, and I want to honor your guys' time. We've been on for an hour, and I got to get back to my mentoring student here. I appreciate all the comments and, shout outs from my current members. I really do appreciate it. Kelly is a brand new member to 5cc, and she just commented, and she says SBE is learning alone, and 5cc is hands-on with the community. My goal was to be different in making it as close to an in-person experience, day-to-day, intimate, small-level learning, while being online. And it took a lot to think through that. And I built this thing over 6 months before I launched it every day. And I think we've achieved it. And I'm constantly thinking of ways to keep that alive. So here we go. Okay. She goes, thank you, Julia. I was a little scared to ask that question. Don't ever be scared to ask a question. Okay. I definitely need that accountability. Thank you so much for answering me. I will definitely look into 5cc. Yes, I want to work hard. I love that, Dania. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Oh, God, I hate it when I pronounce people's name wrong. Dania, no question is ever stupid. Don't ever be embarrassed. I am an open book, and everybody starts somewhere, and everybody needs the answers to the same questions. And sometimes I love those kinds of questions because I want to teach you to stand out and be different. And if I can't explain to you why I'm different than SBE, then I'm not the educator for you. Then I'm clearly not doing my job, right? So for you to stand up to me and say, hey, Jules, be accountable to me. How are you different than SBE? Oh, I love it. Because that's what I want to teach you to say about your competitors. Do you know what I mean? How are you different than Susie Q Photography down the street, Dania? How are you different? Why should I go to you rather than someone else? Everyone here needs to be able to answer that question. So for you to ask that to me, I love that kind of question because that's what I'm trying to teach you is how to voice and educate to your potential client that you are worthy and you are better than so-and-so down the street. Make sense? So it's a great question. Okay. Let's see here. Amy, I love you guys. You're so awesome. Amy's so cute. She says, I need to say, I know Julia's launching and she needs to sell, but what she is saying isn't sell. We have lifted each other up so much this year and it has saved so many of us. And Amy is right. And I will give her, I've had a lot of people come up to me and say that they wouldn't have made it through COVID without the people in 5cc. And that is the most enormous compliment I could ever get. I mean, it's just, and honestly, you guys got me through COVID too. We were all really scared when COVID hit, and to be able to have people I could turn to that I trusted and loved and I knew would try to help me. I mean, I know a lot, but so does everyone in 5cc. It's like we all just go together, and it makes us all better. And that's the coolest thing. And I never anticipated that when I started 5cc. I always thought it would just be like, oh, I'm going to teach and then help people in the group. It really took a life of its own for the better. And I, thank God, had the foresight enough to let it do that and to not force it to be in what I thought it should be. And I let it take that path, and it was the best decision I ever made. And now I get just as much benefit from the amazing people in 5CC as the members do. Chelsea. Chelsea is my VA. She's been working with me since June. She's literally an open book. I have been working for her 6 months and can attest on the flip side of things all of what these other kind folks are saying who are inside 5CC. She is so helpful. Oh, Chelsea, I love you so much. Chelsea's a rock star. I always tell people, because she is her own independent VA business, virtual assistant. I'm like, if you need clients, just let me know, because I can like hand you 5,000 of them right now, because all my students need VAs. Ah. Yes, Amy is one of our diamond winners. She's amazing. Okay, so Karina says, I'm in 5CC since the beginning, but it's not until now I have the possibility to start to be active and work my business. I really need a mastermind now. Oh, Karina, would you please just log in, honey? Log in and let's talk. Come to one of the meetings. It's the first start, and it is, you'll see right then and there, and it'll, yeah, I love it. You guys are so amazing. I'm gonna okay, I can't read these more. They're gonna make me tear up. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I'm getting all scratchy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for doing 5 days. Oh, I was gonna hang up. We need to do a giveaway. Holy cow. Okay, what am I thinking here? Let's give away a Graphy Go book, shall we? This is fun. Seriously, I'm getting all choked up because of you guys. You're just so amazing. So amazing. And I tell you, it's when people just care for you so much, it's something weird. It's that rule of reciprocity. You just want to help them even more. You know what I mean? Like when people are so giving, you just want to give back. And so it's become this circle of just amazing people who are like, oh, if they can't help you, they know somebody who does. You know what I mean? Right? Okay, let me get into my tags here. Go back. Hang on. No, let's. All people, come on. Load. My internet is being really weird today. I don't know what's wrong with it. I need to filter. Come on, let me filter. What's the problem here? I don't know why it's not letting me filter. Hang on. They're all fighting over the Go book. Thank you for reminding me about the Go book, Chelsea. I adore you. I don't know. It's still loading. My computer's just super slow. Are you guys okay with that? I think I need to there it is. I think I need to do clean my Mac again for the third time today, because my computer is so I'm not the most organized person in the world. I look like it on the outside, but yeah. And so I think my computer is just too full. It needs to clean house. Okay, we're filtering. Let's go to randomgenerator.com. Random. Let's see how many people we have in this now. Come on. Loading. 232. We're up. Okay. 1 through 232. Generate number 169, right in the middle of the pack. It's going to take me a little bit to count, so hang on. Where's my phone so I can calculate backwards? So 232 minus 169. That way I don't have to count. 232 minus 169, number 63 from the backwards slot. Okay. And so 25, moving forward. My computer's so slow today for some reason. 50. Fingers crossed. Everybody's like, I want to win it. It's so cute. I love seeing that. So fun, isn't it? Okay, 75. My computer's so slow, you guys. I can't even believe that I'm broadcasting well because my computer's freaking out right now. Okay, there's 100. Hang on. Amy's like, don't count, it's me. 125. Hang on. Oh gosh, my computer. 150. Okay, here's the page. Here's the page, still loading. Loading. Should I show you guys so you can kind of see? Here, let's do it. Let's count and show you. You ready? Okay. So 151, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Deborah Cartwright. She here? Deborah Cartwright, you are number 169. Are you here? That is the question. I know my thing has a delay, so let me know if you're here. Deborah Cartwright. Deborah at delmarphotographics.com. Are you here, girlfriend? Deborah Cartwright, are you here? You just want a go book from Graphy Studio. Oh, I'm going to generate another random number. 11. Are you here? Deborah. I don't think she's here. I don't think she's here. I don't think she's here. My poor computer is. Amy's like, I'm number 11's next. So, you know, hang on. It's so slow today. I'm so sorry. Filter, category, tags, has any 5cc webinar registrant. Apply filters. Number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maria. Maria. Mafromos at gmail.com. Are you here? Maria, Maria, Maria. Are you here? I'm going to do another random generator. Oh, so close, Amy. 193. I don't know if Maria's here. No, I didn't call your name, Jennifer. I'm sorry. I don't think Maria's here. Boo. Like I'm number 3. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to number 193. So this is 50. Sorry, it's so slow, guys. This is 75. Come on. I wish I could just like number them and go through, but I can't. This is 100. 3 more pages. I'm killing people. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I got to do it random. It's not fair if I don't do it random. Okay, so this is 150. Right here. This is 175. The next one. Okay, next page. Come on, load up. 175. Okay. You guys ready? John's like, go back. I just saw my name. 176, 7, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. Oh, wait. No, I'm on the wrong page. I need one more page because that's Deborah Cartwright. Okay. There we go. Now it's 76, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. 193, right? Claire? Yep, 193. Claire at beverlymail.com. Claire Beverly! Did you win? Did she win? Claire, is this you? Claire at beverlymail.com. Claire, is that you? You have to answer me if that's you or not. I have a delay on my system. But if that is you, you have won a Graphy Go book. Is that you, Claire? I know. Isn't it fun to see all the names you know? I should probably keep people's privacy. But Claire asks if she's missed anything. Claire, if this is you, claire@beverlymail.com, then you have won a Graphy Go book. That's me! Yay! We have a winner! Yay, Claire! Congratulations, my dear. You have won our final prize of a Graphy Go book. She's like, I have no idea what I did, but thank you. It was a random number. You got picked out of 232 people for our last giveaway today, and that was the Graphy Go book. So I will take this email address down and put it on my list, and you are officially our winner for the Graphy Go book. I'm so excited for you, my dear. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for all the kind words and for joining me on these 5 days of Perfected Product Line Challenge. Come back for the mini class next Tuesday or Friday. We will do a lot more then, and that will be your final chance to join 5cc. So if you're on the fence, and feel free to private message anybody who's a member. They will happily tell you all about it. And if you have questions for me and would rather talk to me about it, you can do that too. My email is julia@jewel-images.com, and I would look forward to talking to you. And if you want an objective opinion, not one from me, go ahead and contact all the other folks in 5cc, okay? Happy weekend, everybody. I get to move tomorrow. It's the best. I need sound effects. It's amazing. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you again, and have a great week and a beautiful weekend.